Hi, this is Rob McGowan with Life Radio. How are you today, Bonnie? We're trying to do this all over again.
Yeah, great, thanks.
Yeah, I kind of messed up the first one there, doing the first interview, and it gets
That's
kind of
okay. I
old
was just as
for all of
nervous.
us.
So,
Oh, so you're running for city councilor.
yep. I decided I was going to run one probably a couple Mondays ago when one of my clients had to go into a nursing home at a young age, and she didn't want to go, and she was a veteran. Um, and I just feel that we failed her as a community because she needed she needed affordable housing, um, better accommodations for her to be able to stay in her home. She wasn't even 60 yet, and she was going into a nursing home and really didn't want to go.
And that's what inspired you to get
That's
involved. And
inspired me.
oh, wow.
We need affordable housing here, and more resources for people.
Well, maybe we'll let you give a little introduction as to what you do and your business and how many people you employ, that kind of stuff, so people know a little bit about you before they're going out to vote.
I'm a branch manager for Integrity Home Health Services, the main office out of Moncton. I run this office here locally. I have right now 84 staff working for me throughout Zone 7, which branches from Blissfield down to Basin Ann and in between. Um,
That'll keep you busy.
I am, yes. I'm very active with my clients and with my staff to try to keep everybody happy and to try to keep everybody having the best possible care in their homes for as long as possible.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, I sort of put the list of questions together that I asked everybody, just sort of keep it fair, so we all keep on the same track. You don't
Okay.
want to throw it off, and so your work, I guess, and running a business. What sets you apart for council? Makes you different that people should elect you?
Well, I just want to be a voice for our seniors, mental illness, and people living with disabilities and our low income. I've worked with all those people over the past 4 years. I've worked with different levels of those the people in that areas. I've also worked in the school system as a teacher assistant in EA for a lot of years. So I see the disability need here, and we need more resources for our people living with disabilities, and we need more resources for our seniors.
Oh,
And I just think I'd like to be a voice for those people and make sure their voice is heard.
that's awesome. Well, I appreciate that. But what about for economic growth? I don't know if people realize how much city council does for all of us. Like
They
you
do.
get hardly anybody going out to vote, or paying attention to it or every. And meanwhile, this council is making huge decisions for all of our city. And so, as far as economic growth and things like that, and growing businesses like your business you have, what what do you see as a good vision for the council and what they should be looking at?
We need to promote our city as the good city that it is. It's a terrific city, and bring more people here to our area. Want people to set up shop here. We have a lot of empty buildings that could have private businesses opening up, which would mean more economic growth for our community and would also mean more jobs for the area and hopefully more um, citizens moving to our area.
Okay, that's great. Well, one thing I ask everybody is with economic growth, we've had a lot of growth in the last few years, but there also comes with that hardships, for seniors. And also we have people sort of falling through the cracks and we have a drug abuse addiction that's happening and the policing side of it and helping people that are going through these struggles. What do you see as a vision for council and what would their role be in dealing with this kind of stuff?
Well, I think that everybody deserves a chance. Whether you fall through the cracks or you don't fall through the cracks, you all deserve a chance, and everybody needs to be treated equally. We're all human. Everybody matters. So I think that um, even if someone's dealing with a substance abuse, if they're willing to get the help and willing to change, we should be able to help them to get employment, get affordable housing, food to eat. So they're not living on the streets. They're not living on someone's couch. That they have their own independence and their own housing. Um, we also have to look at long-term beds here. We don't have long-term beds so that they can get the help they need and stay close to their families while they're battling these addictions. We really should open up some beds here. We have lots of buildings that I'm sure that we could use for an addiction center to get them help locally and that their families can be close by.
Okay, so you mean something like maybe Like Michelle Conroy and them have talked about
Right.
bringing in that kind of thing with Cal
Yeah, I think
Maskery
Michelle
and
Conroy is great on wanting to do that. I think it would something we need here. Definitely need here.
so when it comes to, I've heard this answer about the beds a couple of times. So where would the cost be involved with the beds? So we have temporary beds here now. Is that my understanding?
We do, we have temporary beds here. We
Okay.
have there's beds in St. John and in Campbellton,
Okay.
long-term beds, but there's no long-term beds here. So I think we could go after the government to probably help federal, provincial government to help us. I'm not sure because not sitting on council before, I'm not sure exactly
Right.
where the resources come from, but I think there should be some money there that we could look at opening long-term beds here. You know, we could bring people in from Bathurst, we could bring people in from Moncton if Moncton's overloaded. Uh, but we could probably fill our beds here,
Okay.
just locally, and their families would be close by. Bathurst is only a 45-minute drive, so, I mean, and then that's gonna kick off some revenue in the area too, because 'cause they're gonna eat in our restaurants, they're gonna stay in our hotels to stay close to their loved ones, that's getting help.
Sure. So with building revenue and stuff, we have to figure out a way to spend it. And
Right.
one of the questions I've come across and I've asked everybody is on the multiplex. So giving it a name, that's one particular thing, but it's about old buildings versus building new. And how do you feel about that and going forward and what we should do as a city in that sense?
Well, I just think the multiplex is something that we should look at maybe later on. I don't think it's something we need, right now. We have to create a bigger population in the area to be able to, well, for to work at the multiplex, to take advantage of the multiplex. It's going to create a higher tax bracket for a lot of seniors, which they're not able to provide right now. The average income here is about 55 to $60,000. So asking them to pay a 5% more increase in taxes, I don't think it's fair to our seniors right now or our citizens. Look at bigger, maybe later on. I think I just don't think it's
I
something we
get it.
need
So what you're
now.
saying basically is
Mhm.
that we need to
Like
grow a
we
little
have
bit before we jump the
We
gun
need
and
to grow, that's
spend
right,
all
we
our
need to
money. We
grow a
want
little bigger before we
your
need
position. Okay.
to take that. I think our systems that we have right now, the kids are still playing hockey in there, and we still have the Timberwolves having their games every Saturday night there, and it's still full crowd, so I think it's still working right now.
Okay.
Maybe put a few Band-Aids on that just to keep us over for a little bit, and then look at a multiplex down the road.
Okay. Well, that's great. Well, can't get a better answer than that. See, it's nice when somebody just clearly says this is what we should do or why we should do it. I like that. So I've asked everybody this question. It's sort of a personal question, whether I should ask or not. I do anyway, because
That's okay.
I being life
We
radio, I
like
always
radio.
wonder how faith plays a role in everybody's life, because and from my point of view, I always feel like if you're a faithful person and you're trying to do good and you have that sort of background, a little bit of morals, like nobody has morals if they have faith. That's not what I mean by that.
Oh, no.
Just something to give you that, how do I make my decision based? You know what I mean? Like, is there some structure you've had in your life growing up, maybe through church or through your parents, or what gives you your structure of morals and ideas of good and bad?
I grew up in a Catholic home. I was very involved in the Catholic religion. I was an altar girl right up until grade 10, with the Catholic religion. And I just believe that we need to treat people with respect. We need to treat people how we want to be treated, and make our decisions so that we're treating people the way that they should be treated and with respect.
It's awesome. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I think treating people with respect is a good way to go about things for sure. It helps us out.
We have to treat everybody equally. Everybody matters.
I think so.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know. There's a couple of guys that are buddies of mine fishing. I don't know, but I'm just kidding.
No, I know, but everybody does matter, whether you're
Oh, for
low
sure.
income, mental illness, senior, whether you're just a middle class person, we all matter.
Well, I'm going to let you close the show and state your case why you want to run for council. But before that, I want to thank you for running, Bonnie, and for the work you do, employing people and helping build our community. And the fact that you're stepping in to try and do something to help our seniors. And that's why you got into the cause. It tells me you got a good heart behind you. So I want to thank you for running, and as I do everybody who runs and making a difference in our city. And I'll let you close with anything you'd like to say to people why they should vote for you. And that'll be it.
So I am new at running in for city council, but I want to be a voice for seniors. I want to be a voice for mental illness, and I want to be a voice for people living with disability. Everyone matters, and everybody deserves to have their voice at the table. And I think that on May 10th, if you elect me, I'd like to be your voice there to help you guys grow and be a bit bigger, better mayor machine.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. And everybody go out to vote. Make sure you pick your candidates and watch Life Radio. And we'll get this interview out. It'll probably play Wednesday, I think this interview will play. And then we'll have it up online and people can watch it and see it anytime. And thanks again, Bonnie, for
Perfect.
doing
Thank you
this with
very
us
much.
today and putting yourself out there.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
You too. Thanks, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Perfect.
That one sound any better? Was I
Oh,
talking?
100% better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounded like you had an idea what you're going.
Yeah, I was
Not
a
so
little more
nervous.
prepared, I
Nope.
think. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
No, I'll edit that up. That's great. Thanks, Bonnie.
Okay. Thank you.
And you have a great day and don't work too hard.
Thanks. Enjoy your day.
You too. Bye-bye.